And what comes out of my mouth.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Nikki Smokes. You're listening to the Smoke Show. This is the most toxic Dolphins Twitter space I've ever seen, so I just want y'all to listen with me. This is TD.
Do not play victim, though, when fucking all those haters come after you saying, "Oh,
this is real life."
Because I brought an objective.
I don't play victim when the haters come after me. I embrace it and
this
I
is
clap
Dolphins
back.
Twitter.
It's enjoyable to me. That's the difference between me and them. They don't enjoy it. They take it personal. I'm laughing.
The only clap you got.
I got my feet up laughing about it.
Bro, at the end of the day, bro, like, then you don't even need to explain it, so it doesn't even matter, right? Just keep it to yourself then. If it's not a big
as long as people know that you're sensationalism, then it's cool.
Bro, nobody cares.
Just stand up when you see them people you call cockroaches. Just hold that same energy.
It ain't my respect. Yeah, but that's the whole point.
Hey, yo, look.
I never shy away from anybody.
Y'all just listen to Dolphins Twitter with me for 5-10 minutes because we're not supposed to start till 5, but this shit's just fucking hilarious.
Hang on. Who was that?
Ghost of Adam Gase, and I know Chris has had his hand up. Finaholics had his hand up forever.
Okay, all right. Go.
Have I ever personally?
They're like fighting over Tua, trying to settle each other's beefs.
Have I ever personally attacked anybody that's present? I'm not speaking about a man who ain't present.
I didn't know it was this
problem.
beef.
Y'all speak for other grown men too much. Be a grown man and speak for yourself. Have I ever attacked any grown man on here right now? Have I ever gotten personal with any grown man on here?
Are you serious? You say we're
when somebody says something about when somebody threatens me and my family. And when somebody threatens, first of all, when somebody threatens me,
I got you. Everybody's got their hand up. I got you. Hang on.
I was in that space.
Did nobody threaten you in that space?
Oh,
did nobody threaten you?
What was said in that space?
Did anybody call him out his name in that space when he called us cockroaches?
Y'all are blatant liars if you sit there and say that. You're lying. You're lying to everybody listening right now.
Hey, when it hits 5 o'clock, I'll start my show. But this is just great entertainment.
Pulling up and everything.
TD, stop it. I've never talked about your family, bro.
First of all, let me get another thing straight. I don't even be knowing most of y'all to know who's saying what.
Yeah, that is TD.
Stop taking things personal like I'm talking to anybody individually, but it's amazing that everybody know me to come personal. I don't even know y'all. Some of y'all be like, I never said that, TD. Well,
TD, are you saying you don't know me,
I don't even know if I was talking to you.
Are you saying you don't know me, bro? Come on, bro.
Well, I ain't talking to you, Reason.
I know TD. I know TD.
El Capitan.
This is real life. Like this is actual Dolphins Twitter beef. Like this is not a joke.
Exactly. All I'm saying is I never attacked any of y'all personally or threatened anybody. And came to
we got EM Dolphin, Batman, Easy E, TD, Showtime, Reasons, D1, the Belt of Galu. This is great.
Thanks. Glad I've been waiting. You know, I'm not siding anyway. I see where everybody has their arguments. But again, you know, you guys are talking like TD's responsible for every person that watches his show. That's just madness, bro. You know, and I understand that you want him to be responsible because of the narratives he can do, but it's not like he's being irresponsible.
Nah, Waddle, this is live on Twitter right now if you want to join the space.
Give him pushback on that type of stuff. You don't have to agree with him or like him or watch him. So those things are fine. And I think we can agree to disagree in that fact. But I got to say, you know, there's been plenty of marginalization in this fan base. And that's okay. I can be blocked. I can be shunned. It don't hurt my feelings none. But don't tell me that you're not blocking and shunning people and that you're not, you know, projecting all your insecurities when that's exactly what's happening here. You're putting words in people's mouth. You're trying to say that I have to have responsibility for every person that comes involved with my content, what I'm writing, what I'm doing. That's just ridiculous. That's like saying, you know, if I made guns, I'm responsible for what they do with that gun.
He's backed by the NRA. Know what I'm talking about?
Listen. I want to clear something up.
Responsible for who they listen to.
Hang on, TD, real quick. Hang on. Here. I want to clarify something. What I said by holding, what I mean by, maybe I should have been a little more clear. What I mean by in terms of like I hold them, to a higher level of accountability, I'm talking about the information from a.
I know Easy's the host.
People's personal
We'll do this for
opinions,
another 5 minutes.
That's people's personal opinions, but I'm coming from the perspective of primarily a football perspective.
I don't mean to cut you off, Ian, but I'll say this:
Go ahead.
It's much easier to hold me, Batman and Geo, TD, Reason. It's easier to hold us accountable because I'm recording everything I say and I put my face on it. In these spaces in here, it comes, it goes, and then it's gone. And then you guys have all this plausible deniability that you never said or did anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just
you can record spaces. You can record spaces.
Ennis, I don't want to hear from you because you're part of the worst problem of this, of foment.
I know, clown. I know.
You are.
I know.
You're
I know.
the problem about it.
I know. I love being a problem. Do something about it.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt. Do something about it. What? Ennis, what? You want to throw hands with me or something? You got to meet me.
You don't want to talk about you going take my Twitter away and all this shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Who?
You don't want to come out here and try to play like you so innocent. Get the fuck
I didn't
out.
say innocent. I take advantage of what I have and opportunities that I create
Can't
for
make this shit
myself.
up.
I hold myself accountable, and that's it. And there ain't no one that's gonna stop me standing away
Bro,
of my
they swear it's so deep, dog.
spaces, letting everybody know. You guys are all busy trying to freaking cure the human condition, and you sound like a bunch of mental patients. Relax. It's football. Have some fun. And if you watched my fucking show, you'd see I wear a purple jacket because I'm making a mockery of all of it. It's a fucking mockery. You guys are over here literally crying about shit. It's ridiculous, bro. You guys are ridiculous, and you need to chill and realize that you don't all have to get along. In fact, that's kind of what my tailgate party's about, a place where it can have a spot for the madness.
Why are we sitting here lying, man? This is all about Tua.
Anything
bad about Tua, you can have personal.
Hang on, TD. Hang on, TD. We'll come back to that. I need to get this people that's been waiting.
Bro, TD is a goat.
I don't even see him.
He's the troll. He's the troll guy. He is the little.
Oh, okay. There he is. Okay, Ghost. Go ahead, bro. The floor is yours, my friend. Go ahead.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Ghost, it's my dog.
All right.
Ghost.
Y'all need Jesus.
Go ahead, Ghost. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared, bro. Do anything. Get your shit off. Go ahead. I'm trolling.
That's
Go
it,
ahead.
bro. Y'all need fucking Jesus. I'm out.
Amen.
Right.
Ghost with the mic drop.
All right. Finaholic. The floor is yours, my friend. Go ahead. Do your thing.
I gotta keep letting this go. This is great.
The only person you can be responsible for yourself. So if you're telling people to go out and do certain things, then you could be responsible for that.
Like, this is real life. This is 5 o'clock on Wednesday.
Last week did, or even if you talk to a person every day, like you can't even be responsible for them. Like it's honestly, you just got to conduct yourself in a way that you can respect yourself, and if you're not doing that, then obviously, you probably have some apologies to make in life. Like, I don't understand what all these, little, this is crazy. Like, all the little therapy sessions that are going on and saying, this person said this and that person said that. Like, honestly, I'm just going to be real. Y'all sound like a bunch of, it's not that.
He wanted to say pussy. He wanted to say pussy.
It's not that serious. Like, who cares what, I don't get it. Like, who cares what that, TD's a big person. Like, if Doug goes on his podcast and says TD is this, who cares? And if Chris goes on his podcast and says, you know what, I disagree with TD, it's okay. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that,
Jay, are you hearing this?
Yes, sir. It's crazy.
Who cares? It's everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's the point of the space, is to come on and have a discussion. If you're going to get all in your feelings because somebody has a different opinion than you, you're insane. That's what this space is for.
I almost said word for word what you're saying, and all it got me was blocked by a bunch of people. So good luck. You'll be blocked by a bunch of people for saying
that. Let me
say, Jay, we'll start in 5 minutes. This is just too good.
No, I get it. This is great content, honestly.
They'll go better about it. You know, they have a better day. That's all it is.
My advice to people, if you
D1, I am what I am, dog, and I ain't soft. I'm just trying to be real, brother. You know what I'm saying?
The problem is even caring. The problem is even caring if somebody's soft or not. It doesn't even matter. At the end of the day, they're all words, man. And we get all bent out of shape and then our feelings
gets out of here.
Go ahead. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
People are the ones who's complaining the most about what's being said. At the end of the day.
Hang on one second, TD. Go ahead. I don't know who that was. That Showtime? Who was that? Who said they wanted to speak?
Who was that? It says Valen.
Okay, Valen. Go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
Oh, man.
I just wanted to say this because I've interacted with most of the people in this chat. I've interacted with TD.
This is the last one, and we're starting the show.
Whether it's on Twitter, YouTube, whatever. Big E. I think if you're a Dolphins fan, everyone here knows Big E. You know, King of Finland, all y'all guys. At some point or another, I've interacted on social media or YouTube or whatever with almost everyone in this group. Well, that I can see on my page here, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, I am not TD's biggest fan. And I've said this to him in conversation on Twitter. As a content creator, he's incredibly entertaining. I don't personally believe that he's a great information source. But at the end of the day, TD is a dude. If I saw him at a Dolphins game, I would so buy him a beer and sit down and talk to him.
I like this guy.
I don't agree with a lot of things.
He's honest. I get it. I respect it.
And I would honestly say that about most of the people on this page. And myself, I'm not trying to say I'm right about everything. I'm not that knowledgeable, and I know I'm wrong in a lot of ways.
I want that beer.
But that being said, almost everyone on here has said something that in hindsight made them look the exact opposite.
That's facts. I wanted Deshaun Watson, and he's a rapist.
If we're all being honest with ourselves, if we were all at Hard Rock right now and there was a Dolphins game going, would we not be drinking beers, or if you don't drink, whatever, drink your soda, whatever, cheering for a Dolphins victory? And if the answer to that is yes, why can't we carry that same attitude with us online?
Well, that depends on
this guy deserves an Oscar or the Nobel Peace Prize. That was a great speech.
I didn't show up or two opinions, whatever. I'm showing up because other people are fucking talking shit about me, bro. And they're putting it out in public forums. That's why
this wasn't meant. This space wasn't. Hold on, real quick. This space wasn't meant for that. This all started because there was a lady that I allowed to speak in the space, and somebody came and asked me about her. It involved Irving, and I tried to let Irving and Chris hash their shit out, and then other people showed up, and then the thing happened with Gio. Gio wanted, mention.
I'm gonna let one more person rant, and we'll shut it off.
Say that,
but this is just classic.
That's why I allowed y'all to hash it out and just talk about it. But in the end, there's not really a place where everybody can go and just talk. This is like probably the first fucking time. So I hope everybody's enjoying it. Have a fucking beer. Have a good time. It's not that serious.
Drinking curves.
I don't have no animosity towards anybody. I literally am drinking and enjoying.
This is my whole thing on the Tua thing, and I've said this before. I don't have time for the two. I think there's four sides to this. There's Tua haters. There's Tua lovers. There's both extremes. I don't have any time for them. I got time for the Tua non-believers and the Tua believers, because the non-believers and the believers, we can have logical discussions. And it's like EM tells me all the time. He said it while he's been up there with me on a panel, whatever the case. I say verbatim a lot of me, because me and EM watch the same film, right? All of us have access to the same Dolphin film. I have a lot of the same issues with Tua that EM does. And EM's even said when we've gone backstage, he's like, damn, you're saying the same thing I do, but why don't you get the pushback I get? And it's just, that's how people interpret it, bro. Like, for example, my platform is viewed as like some fucking Tua near platform. Go back and watch the Giants post game. I was, the guy had almost an 80% completion percentage, and I was like, there's something wrong with his accuracy right now. You can see it, and I had people coming out in my comments, oh, he had almost 80% completion. I'm like, yeah, but watch the throws. And I had just seen the broadcast at this point. I'm like, watch the throws, go back and
welcome to Dolphins Twitter, baby. What's up, Jay? How we feeling, brother?
I'm chilling, man. The spaces are always fun. They're always fun. And I'll tell you why. It's because the guy, I don't know who said, I think it was Ghost. the guy who said like you go up here, you say whatever, and people forget about it is true. I remember I was training home from my university, right? So I'm like, fuck it, I'll listen to a space, right? Whatever. Listen to a Dolphin space as I'm on the train. So I listen. There's a guy in there. I don't remember who, to be honest. And it's not anyone who has like a YouTube channel or anything, but I don't think. But he goes on, he's talking about how Austin Jackson could become like a future all pro. Like this is like this offseason, like this summer, just before university season ended, like exam season. So when I heard that, I was like, okay. So people are crazy. Like they do say some crazy stuff in the spaces. So the guy who said that's right. They don't show their face. Like again, it's a thing with Twitter, like whatever. It's a Twitter issue. But like I love Twitter and I love it for it. But it's a Twitter thing where
couldn't live without it.
Exactly. There's no face behind it though. So you can say some absolutely crazy shit on there and it won't come back to you. So I think it's funny when people go into spaces, they say something and then they'll go into another space, be like, remember when I said that? And like I was right. It's like, no, bro, that shit don't matter. There's no receipts. There's no receipts for any of that, so it doesn't matter. It's funny to me. I think it's fun actually. I do think it's been a great addition to Twitter for conversation, but nobody should be using that as like a content providing source where it's like I've said this in the spaces, right. So like I got sources. I know what I'm talking about. It's like nah, bro. Everyone says they know something. No one knows shit up here. You got Chris Greer in the front office. He's getting Tyreek Hill. Did anybody know about that? No, not even the media people, not even Ian Rappaport, I felt like knew about that like 5 weeks before or anything like that. So people can talk about how they know all this stuff, but in the end, I think it's all smoke and mirrors.
I love Twitter spaces, and you're so right. You could say whatever, but the thing is, like my profile picture is my face.
Yeah.
And I remember after we beat the Patriots, the last game of the year, and we had no playoff game, I walked out of that stadium so fucking hammered. Like I end up joining like Clumps or someone's space, and I go, like you should have just like if there was a camera filming me walking out of the stadium, it would have been hilarious. Like I'm screaming my phone. I swear to fucking God, I'll run down to the 50-yard line and sacrifice my own life if it means the Miami Dolphins will ever win a fucking playoff game. Like absolutely just going berserk. But like the thing is there's so much of that by so many people and you'll never see their face. And like that is exactly why spaces get to how they are. Because you could literally say anything, like you just said. And if your profile picture is not your face and you don't have any pictures anywhere that ties back to your account, I mean, you could be the biggest Tua non, you could be the biggest Tua hater within a matter of 5 minutes.
Exactly. No, exactly. You're right. Twitter spaces are great, though. I can't lie. They're awesome. Like, as much as we're shitting on it right now, I think they're great. It's great for,
no, I think we're gassing it up. This is like, this is good.
Fair.
This is great content. I just had 10 minutes of fucking people actually like dead ass mad. Like asking if they want to throw hands on a
I thought
Twitter
someone was about to drop an Addy, bro. I was like, whoa.
Bro, that's what it was fucking nuts. Welcome to Dolphins Twitter. Like this is great. We are the best fan base in the world. Even though we hate each other 99% of the time,
we're the worst
about
and the
that
best.
action.
We're the worst and the best at the same time. That's how I would say it.
Right. When we're on the same team, we could do shit like this. I'm about to pull it up on my screen. But like we absolutely just took a shit on Chris Sims. Obviously he made his dumb little chart thinking that, oh, I'm gonna troll Dolphins Twitter. I'm gonna be the talk of the town. And like we absolutely bullied his poll, got him the most votes, so he knows what he's doing. You know, like he knows the Dolphins are gonna give him the most interaction. Look, Washington fans 6,000, 6,000, 7,000, 7,000. Just wait till I get to the Dolphins one. 7,000, 7,000, 7,000, 7,000, 7,000, 7,000. Where's the fucking Dolphins? No one's even sniffing. No, 11,000 from Buffalo. Dolphins, 17,000 votes. We absolutely shit on everyone.
Yeah.
Destroyed his whole poll. There is no one stronger than Dolphins Twitter. And if we ever just channeled like together, like if we had a public enemy like Chris Sims every day, we would rule NFL Twitter. Like I don't like look at this. We put 20,000 votes on this man's fucking poll.
Yep. Speaking of that, I think we should do something for tomorrow, for tomorrow's podcast. You know, Tua's on Tyreek's podcast. Someone's got to host a space or like a live stream. I was thinking about doing it. We got to host something where we get everyone there, maybe a little watch party going because that's going to be
watch
crazy.
party.
Tua doesn't speak. ever. He doesn't speak ever. Even when people say
That's
like, "Oh, he's
facts.
dropping highlight videos," it's his trainer. Like he's not even worried about that. He doesn't use Twitter. His Twitter's all sponsors. Like so, it doesn't matter.
Right.
He's not on there. He doesn't speak ever. Even we know he hates Flores. Like as much as we don't know stuff, we know he hates Flores. The worst he
Hates
could
him.
say is like, "Oh, that's my head coach," whatever. Like he doesn't say anything. So the fact that someone got him on a podcast is pretty wild. And of course, it's Tyreek. Tyreek, by the way, I'm getting on a little tangent here because of the Tyreek podcast, but Tyreek has been the best addition to this Miami Dolphins team in how long?
All
and
time.
we haven't even gone onto the field yet. He
Amen.
is gassing Tua. He's getting Tua out for practicing. Bobby Shouse, I think, tweeted it. He's like working with him. He's posting on Snapchat like, "Oh, we're always working." It's like every day it seems like they're working together. So he's getting Tua better. But then even without that, he has captain material. Like people don't think because he might be a diva wide receiver, whatever you want to call him. He comes
He's
over
a
and he's
leader.
acting like a captain. Yes, exactly. He better get a captain. If he doesn't, we know he's an honorary captain, obviously. But
He'll be
he just
captain.
come
He'll be
in
captain.
and-
You could tell. You could tell he's a fucking captain.
No, exactly. He's just come in and he's turned this franchise on its head from what it's been.
It hasn't even played yet. And a guy like that, he's already a proven commodity. Like, you
Yep.
know what you're going to get from Tyreek Hill. This video had me fucking crying. Like, if you guys haven't seen this, I don't know what to tell you. This had me bawling my eyes out.
At Cheetah Podcast.
Can you
by the
hear
way.
it?
No, I can't actually.
No, you can't because my headphones are a fucking bot. Let me shut them off. Disconnect. Now, how do I? Let me just turn this
Just
off.
turn it off. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. If you guys haven't seen this video, prepare to freaking cry.
When you heard breaking news that stopped the world for like what, 2 days? I want to say it stopped the sports world for like 2 days.
Yeah, with this dude.
Yeah, when he got traded.
Yes. So
Fresh lineup
I
for
heard
Tua.
about it. And
Fresh cut, fresh cut.
It was
Real.
I didn't think it was real.
You didn't think it was real?
Because I kind of already had
Oh,
the
no,
notion
he is.
that this guy is
We're gonna win the ship.
in KC, and he has a good relationship. Me assuming, he has a good relationship with all the guys there. He's been playing there for a while.
It made no sense yet. You didn't see it coming.
They all mesh well together. And then I get a call from the head coach.
You got the call
from
Mikey
quarterback.
D?
And it's the same thing.
It's fucking
Yeah,
Tyreek.
I said, "Wait, is this real?"
Yeah, it's real, Tua. It's
Of course it's
real.
Why would it be fake? So I was at home. When I heard
It's so
about that.
beautiful.
And this might be weird, but me being me, I'm not watching Sports
It's
Center.
not weird, Tua. We know who you are.
Watch Netflix.
You're playing that guitar, baby.
We've already established that. Yeah.
This is what gets me, yo. This is what gets me.
So when I found out that.
Oh, not yet.
Oh gosh, this is crazy. It was ridiculous. Yeah, of course. Man, that's why we gotta turn
This
this.
is
we
it.
go.
This is it.
Man, like, we can't only be about talk, man. We gotta continue doing what we're doing.
Yes.
We gotta obviously follow coach's lead and follow your lead.
Oh my God.
And we
Believe
just gotta
in you.
the naysayers do they talking, motivate us, and then we just play ball on Sundays, man. You feel me?
I feel you, Reek. I feel you.
Everything else, big dog. I promise you. Because I believe in you, and I know everybody else believes in you, dog. And I'm saying that not only as your teammate, I'm saying that as your brother.
And your brother.
Because you are that deal, bro.
You that deal, bro.
Look at it.
Look at his smile.
Yeah.
Oh my, hold on. This is like when your crush tells you you're cute. Hold on.
You're like, damn, really? Yeah.
Oh man.
That's
Oh
so
man,
weird.
look, he's cheesing.
He's
He's cheese. Look, his crush just said, "Yeah, I like you too." He said, "Like for a TBH and rate." This boy just got TBH. We should hang out more.
10 out of
and you
10 type
cute.
shit.
10 out of 10.
It's one of those ones where it's like, I really want to talk about it, but you a 10 out of 10, you know what I'm saying? She a little shy, and then look at him.
Bro, Shorty just like 3 of 2 his old pics, and he just DM'd her type shit. Like,
he knows too. Look at him. He knows what's about to
my
happen.
God. But look at
in
that, man.
2022. Oh.
Look at him. Oh my God. Bro, we're coming for their head top. Like,
Yes,
we're coming for their head top.
Everyone.
I just see shit like this. I see leadership. I see personality. that I've never seen before. And look, bro, me and you are both diehard fans. Everyone in here is a diehard fan. Like, we've been fed so much Kool-Aid, but this has to be the most delicious Kool-Aid of all time. Like, to the point where I don't think I could get sick from drinking it. You know, it's like the fountain of youth. Like, Tyreek Hill has just brought a whole new demeanor to the Miami Dolphins. Do you agree?
Oh, of course I agree. And I love that analogy. You know, when you go to an event or like a banquet and they have like the chocolate fountain and you just keep going back because it doesn't even feel like it's filling you up. So you just keep going back again and again.
Right.
That is what we're
like
talking
an open
about
bar.
here. Open bar type beat, like free drinks, like you're going back. You don't even realize how hammered you are at that point. The vodka's tasting like water. The tequila's tasting like water. It's going down easy. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's great. Obviously, like I just completely agree, man. Like he's been electric since he's joined.
I agree. Dude, I could not be any more fired up. That podcast idea you had is fire, though. What's he stream it on? Do you know what Tyreek streams his podcast on?
So, like, I don't know if it'll be streamed. I think he just releases it, like, at a certain time. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, because I've just watched on his YouTube channel. I don't know if he premieres it. You know how, like, YouTube has that feature where you can, like, premiere a video? If he does that, then he'll probably premiere it. But other than that, I think he just posts it. So we'll have to get something going for that, for sure.
That's like the equivalent of having Tua on Tyreek's podcast is like Buzz Lightyear coming into theaters for Miami Dolphin fans.
Yes.
Or like Minions coming out, you know, like you and all the boys, you're getting dressed, like you're telling your girl, yo, phone's on silent, like it's Minion night, it's Buzz night. Like it's Tua and Tyreek night tomorrow at 7. Like I'm not doing nothing, you know, like I got a UFC podcast at 6, but like after that, like I'm dialed in. Like we need a nickname for Tua and Tyreek.
Oh, that's facts. That's facts. Because usually it's always
Triple
like
T,
Tua and
Triple
Waddle,
T,
but
Tua. Dude,
I like Triple T.
Like they got the T thing in common. We got to think of something. We have to cook something up.
If someone in the comments wants to shout it out, I'm sure Nick will put it on the screen. So put your nicknames in the comments.
Bobby, give me a Tua to Tyreek nickname. Someone give me one. Winner gets $20, but it's got to be fire. Like it's got to be something that I could sit here and say Sunday through Sunday and just feel like the absolute man when I say it. Let me know because I can't think of it on the spot. But man, you think we can win the AFC East?
I think so. I actually do. And obviously I'm delusional. To be fair, again, we're all diehard Dolphins fans. So I probably said the same thing last year and we got pumped. By the Bills. But honestly, I think we can. Tyreek edition, Teron Armstead. Hopefully, I have a selfless plug here, but I got a video coming out soon about the offensive line. But I want to see like how well they can do. Regardless of that, it's a major improvement on one of the historically worst like offensive lines like in history. Like last year's offensive line. How do you have young players? I've said this before. How do you have young players like Austin Jackson who get worse? Like, how do they get worse in their second year? How is that possible? It's wild. So I think with the additions to the offensive line, which I think is going a little bit underrated, and this might be like a hot take, but I think adding Teron Armstead is just as big of an addition as Tyreek Hill. Just getting to a production is so important. So
for sure.
I don't know if that's like a hot take. The thing is, I was going to say even more, but I don't think you can be more important than Tyreek Hill. But
I don't know.
Exactly.
Because after we got Armstead, I still didn't think we had enough on offense to compete with everyone else. You know, it's like at the time, like who was our wide receiver too? Devontae?
It was Devontae. Yeah.
What do we
actually? No, Cedric Wilson. We had signed Cedric Wilson at that point. So,
but he'd still be 3 over Devontae.
Yeah,
I think we let go of Devontae after Tyreek.
No, yes,
but Tyreek's like that talent that puts us over the top. You know, because it's like. Even if we have Cedric, even if we have Devontae, they're just going to completely take Waddle out of the game like they did last year.
Yeah, fair.
You know? But you ripped it. Like we had the worst offensive line in the fucking world. The worst offensive line in the fucking world.
Historically bad.
And the reason why...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say the reason why AJ got worse is because there was no stability. There was no coaching. He's playing a new position every single fucking week. There's no way... Because each position on the offensive line has different techniques, different call outs, different assignments, different protection. Like it's fucking crazy. And to be shuffling them around like that is fucking insane.
And what you said, that's all coaching. That's Lemuel Jean-Pierre not knowing what he's doing. He's a rookie. I don't know how you get a rookie offensive line coach for a bunch of rookies, to be honest. That's like a crazy decision. That's one of the reasons Flores got fired. We won't get into that, but that's one of the reasons. But I think that what I was going to say too is people like always compare like, oh, we have the 32nd worst O-line, and like the Chargers have like the 32nd worst O-line. And it's true. Like I'm, again, not trying to compare Herbert to it. That's not what I'm about to do here. I'm just saying the worst, like 32nd worst isn't always the same. Like the best team last year and the best team in 2018, there's different levels. So to me, our offensive line last year was historically bad. It wasn't just like 32nd. It was like a historically bad 32nd ranked offensive line. So I think it's important that we get improvements there, which we obviously did with Connor Williams and Teron Armstead. Obviously, the additions to the receivers. I think even in that second game against the Bills when Tua was actually playing, obviously it was way more defense. I'm not saying it's the offense, but we were actually in that. It was like 10-3 heading into like the third, fourth quarter. So like now, if we have these additions, if our defense can obviously stay afloat, which they probably should with all the continuity on the defensive side of the ball, if we can just put up a couple points, like that's the thing. I feel like our defense is actually held up until they get tired, and then what happens is obviously
just like
Josh
the Tennessee game.
Crazy. Exactly.
Like Tennessee.
You need to put up some points. So now that we have Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle is a wide receiver too. That is crazy. Jalen Waddle is a wide receiver too. Tua Tagovailoa, hopefully, like getting better, developing over the season. I think we can beat the Bills, and that's why I do think there's a very good chance that we can, win the AFC East, and I might have to put some money on it too.
I already have the Dolphins slammed to win the AFC East. I have them to win the AFC and the Super Bowl. But my biggest actual ticket is on the Chargers to win the Super Bowl. I think that team's going to go all the way, or at least make it. I think that team is really fucking good. And it pisses me off because we should be them. Not just because of Herbert, but just the way they built, Made the right selections, drafted fucking Slater, fantastic home run pick. Right. Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson. Like, they still have Derwin James. They have an elite secondary, great wide receivers, Austin Eckler. Like, they did it right, And we were right there with them. We both fucking sucked the same year, and they just did it right. And they have a coach at times where obviously – he'll fuck up. He'll go for it when he shouldn't or go for two when he shouldn't. But he's got fucking balls. Like, he's not afraid to put his fucking dick on the line. Whereas with Flores, I mean, you didn't even know who was calling plays on defense till 4 months after the season ended, So, look, I thought Flores was great because I was never accustomed to having back-to-back winning seasons. But the proof is also in the pudding. You start 1-7. You beat up on fucking Ian Book. I mean, we beat Joe Flacco. I don't even know if he's still in the league. I think they signed him as a rescue quarterback. So is there a little chink in that 7-game win streak? Of course. But I think at the end of the day, looking back, Flores had to go.
I agree. And obviously, again, this isn't even a coaching thing because actually as a coach, I thought he was okay. It was more a relationship thing. Man, what you're talking about the back-to-back winning seasons, when he ran onto the field when Jakeem Grant got nailed twice, man, I was fired up, bro. When he's running to the Bengals side, he's trying to fight. I was riled up. I was saying let's sign him to a 10-year extension, but then you find out he's really controlling the roster. He's really, having control over all these things. And again, people have talked about it. His coaching staff was all nobody who anyone knows. It's all rookie coaches, and obviously the offense struggles. So there's obviously a reason he struggled. There's obviously a reason that he got fired. I actually don't think it's a meaningless fire. I remember saying to my friends, obviously offline, I thought he should get fired because I think he would have got fired at 1-7. But who's going to replace him as an interim head coach on the team? Boyer. Right. He's the most veteran coach we have. There's no one to replace him. So he did great to come back from the 1-7 deficit. But I do think it was time, and that's again coming from a guy who I love Flores coming in. He just made some bad decisions, and then the issues with the team that we don't even know about when he's talking about the reports coming out, he wasn't talking to Greer for months or whatever, coming into the draft, whatever the case is, or at the end of the season, when he's not talking to his general manager, that's rough. When he's saying, I want even more control of the roster, when he's already shown that he's only going to sign defensive guys, he didn't put any effort on offense. I think there's a reason he got fired. I don't want to get too into it just because there's some other things at play there that, I don't feel it's not good for us to get into. That's for the NFL to handle, but I do think there's a reason he got fired. So that's just my opinion on it.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I got one more hot take for you, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Is it crazy to say that Tua Tagovailoa could have a better year than Joe Burrow? I think it's possible. I'm not sitting here saying it's going to happen, but I do think it's very possible.
There's a possibility of it, and I'll tell you why. The way that, and this is where I don't know who put out the underrated or whatever chance of getting MVP, like the unlikely, the dark horse MVP list, and they had Tua on it. The way Tua gets to that point where he could outplay Burrow is where he's so efficient. And that's the thing where I actually enjoyed Tua in terms of drafting him, was he's not going to throw interceptions, which has been a little rough lately. In his rookie year, he was actually great, like 14 total touchdowns, 5 interceptions. That's actually not a bad ratio. Like, I think that's like, he actually kept his turnovers down until that last Buffalo game. Like, in that last Buffalo game, he threw like 2 of those 5. So he really had 3 interceptions going into that Buffalo game. But then last year, like, it was turnover galore. So the way Tua gets to that point where he's actually competing with a guy like Joe Burrow is he's keeping the interceptions down and he's just putting up points. The way, again, we're still playing complimentary football. We're gonna have a run game this year, which again I think people forget. Like, we're adding Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. We're gonna be a run first team. The way we win games is by Tua not turning over the ball. He should have around 10 or less interceptions if he plays 16 games. God damn it, Tua, please play 16 or 17 games, or else honestly,
Has to play all.
everything we're saying is obsolete. If he doesn't play all the games, it doesn't matter, because even if he's great, like he shows he can't be on the field, and I've said this so many times, so I can't just say, oh, it's not true for Tua. Availability is your best ability. So if you're not available and we have fucking Jacoby Brissett coming on, like, it doesn't matter how good you are. So he needs to stay healthy and he needs to keep the turnovers down. I think obviously he needs to improve the touchdowns, but honestly, in the games he's played, I think he was on pace for like 25 touchdowns anyway, if he did play all the games last year, with those 16 touchdowns over like his 8 or 9 games last year. So keep the turnovers down. That's how you can get to that way, because Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, they were like top 5, top 10 interceptions thrown by quarterbacks last year. So the way he competes with them is not by putting up the numbers they will, because he doesn't have that arm. Let's just be honest. He won't put up like 5,000 yards or something like that. The way he competes with them is the Tom Brady way. You keep the interceptions down and you keep moving down the field. Your offense puts up points, and who cares what your quarterback's doing if he's not turning over the ball and you're winning by 10 points because your defense is showing up, your run game's showing up. It might be Daniels calling the plays. So I think that's the way that Tua can compete with Joe Burrow.
I agree. I think he can do it. I think I don't want to say the word will, because that's really, really strong, but I think he has the utmost potential to do it. And like you said, he's got to take care of the football. A lot of things that we overlook is his fumbles. He had like 9 fumbles last year, and we got lucky that we ended up recovering like 8 of them. It was something absurd. Yeah, we recovered 8 of his 9 fumbles. As a quarterback, I don't care. I know the offensive line is bad, and I'm sure there's 4 or 5 where he had no life at holding on to the football. You can't put the ball on the ground 9 times in your 9 starts as a quarterback. That's like Daniel Jones shit. That cannot happen, and you can't have those stupid what the fuck interceptions. If a ball gets deflected or hits a receiver's hands and it's floating up and it gets picked, straight. You can't have the pick 6 against the Jets. You can't have the throw against the Jags. The Falcons won. I think the safety made a great play, but you can't have interceptions in the red zone. And I don't need him to be perfect, obviously. Like, I've seen Tom Brady throw interceptions in the red zone. Like, shit happens. It's football. It's at its highest level. It just can't be a weekly thing where we're watching the Dolphins and we're just waiting for that bad interception to happen so we could be like, okay, it's out of the system. Thank God it wasn't the 4th quarter. Thank God it wasn't on this 3rd down. And we can move on with the game, because we know it's probably not going to happen again. But us as Dolphin fans, I think we have to, well, as for Tua, he needs to relieve us Dolphin fans from having to sit there with that much anxiety. Like, okay, when is this interception going to come? And if he could eliminate that in the fumbles from his game, I mean, he's got the running game. He's got the passing game. He's got the best offensive line he's ever had, and he's got a defense that's going to give him multiple possessions. You even look back last year, our offense would get so many extra possessions off interceptions, fumbles, sacks, and we would score no points. Like, maybe get a field goal with them. Like, we couldn't even execute on our good defense. So I think if Tua fucking in the offense gels it together, it wouldn't really surprise me if he outplayed Joe Burrow's numbers.
No, exactly. And the one thing I want to say, and this is something I've been waiting to say that I don't think there's been a right time to say it. I think there's something to overlook, as I think our offense should come out flying. But weirdly, and this is like a very random thing, I feel like Tua and how he's played, he's always been very anxious with his Dolphins offensive line, because he's like, oh shit, the pressure's coming. Like I got to get the ball out. I really hope Mike McDaniel has worked on him being patient because now he's going to have protection. Because sometimes, like even later in the season when we did have time, like I remember against Tennessee, we actually finally got some good protection. And even though it was a wet and rainy game, like he was just so antsy to get the ball out of his hands. So I think that something that they're going to have to work on is him not being like, oh shit, the offensive, like the pressure's coming, that the offensive line's like sucking dick. Like they're like, he's getting pressured with 2.1 seconds. I just talked about it. 2.1 seconds, he's getting the ball out. So I think it's important that Mike McDaniel works on saying you will have the time to go through your progressions. You'll have the time.
Like, relax.
Relax, because sometimes he's jumping the pocket because he's waiting for it almost. He's like, okay, I know I'm getting pressured in under 2 seconds here. Like it's gonna happen. So let me get the ball out to my first read, even though it's not even the best read. And like you talked about, he does need to get rid of those things where the defense forces a turnover. I remember against the Falcons, Xavier got that fumble, then he threw the interception over, like missed throwing to Waddle when Waddle jumped out of the way on that little under route. So again, that you need to do well when the defense gives you the ball. You need to score on those possessions. But other than that, man, keep the turnovers down, put up some points, man. Listen to Mike McDaniel and keep on chugging through.
Amen. I think we'll end it on that. Jay, thank you. You did an excellent job as the co-host today. Thank you to everyone in the chat. You guys absolutely blew it up. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to Jay's channel. He already blew past me. This man's already at 500 subs. He's got a video with over 20K. This man's absolutely fucking killing it. If you haven't already, subscribe to his channel. He's got great work on there. And we'll see you guys on Friday for Fired Up Friday. Fins up.
Fins up.